In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on February 10th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Charlotte Hornets versus Brooklyn Nets. This Eastern Conference showdown is set to take place on the hardwood in the heart of the Big Apple as the Charlotte Hornets prepare to go head-to-head with the Brooklyn Nets on Monday night. The Hornets were in action on Sunday afternoon, traveling to the Motor City to face the Detroit Pistons in the first game of a back-to-back set. Prior to that contest, Charlotte secured a hard-fought 117-116 victory at home against the San Antonio Spurs on Friday night, managing to pull off an upset despite entering the game as a 10-point underdog. Meanwhile, Brooklyn delivered an impressive performance in their most recent outing, earning a decisive 102-86 victory over the Miami Heat on their home court Friday night. That win was particularly notable as the Nets also overcame underdog status, prevailing despite being listed as 5-point dogs. Historically, Brooklyn holds the edge in the all-time regular season series against Charlotte, boasting a 69-58 advantage. The Nets have also won the last 2 meetings between these teams, including a commanding 104-83 road victory in their most recent matchup on January 29th. It is important to note that this article was written and published prior to the Hornets' contest against the Pistons on Sunday afternoon. The Hornets are heading into this matchup at a significant disadvantage, as they will be missing several key players due to injuries. Star point guard LaMelo Ball, along with Josh Green and Nick Smith Jr., have all been ruled out for this game, leaving Charlotte with a depleted roster. On the other side, the Nets are also dealing with injury concerns, as Bojan Bogdanovic remains sidelined, while D'Angelo Russell is listed as questionable and could potentially miss this contest. Charlotte enters this game in poor form, having lost 7 of their last 8 outings, and their confidence will likely be low, especially with 3 of their most important contributors unavailable. In stark contrast, Brooklyn has been building momentum, securing victories in 4 of their past 5 games. Their recent success has been driven in large part by strong defensive play, which was on full display in their dominant win over the Heat on Friday night. Another factor that could work against Charlotte in this contest is the grueling schedule they are dealing with. This will mark their 2nd game in as many nights and their 3rd game in a 4-night span, which means fatigue is likely to play a significant role in their performance. Additionally, the Hornets are navigating roster changes, as Necht and Reddish are being sent back to the Lakers while Williams returns to action for Charlotte. Meanwhile, Brooklyn enters this matchup with the benefit of 2 full days of rest, which should allow them to be the fresher team. Given that the Hornets have historically struggled in the 2nd game of back-to-back sets, combined with their ongoing rotation issues and multiple injuries, the advantage shifts heavily in favor of the Nets. Even though Brooklyn has faced its own share of offensive struggles, they should still have the upper hand in this contest. As the game progresses, expect Charlotte to wear down and ultimately fall short, so the Brooklyn Nets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both of these teams have struggled offensively throughout the season, making it difficult for them to consistently put points on the board. Entering Sunday's action, Charlotte ranked as the 3rd worst team in the league in terms of scoring offense, while Brooklyn has fared even worse, coming in as the 2nd lowest scoring team in the league. The offensive struggles have been exacerbated by injuries, with key contributors missing from both sides. The Hornets will be without Miller, while the Nets are missing Thomas, among other absences. This lack of firepower has resulted in a trend of low-scoring games, particularly for Brooklyn, as they have gone under the total in 8 of their last 10 games leading into this matchup. On the other hand, Charlotte has averaged 218 total points per game in the 2nd half of back-to-back situations, a slight dip from their season average of 219 points per game. Given the fatigue factor for the Hornets, the continued injury issues on both rosters, and the overall inefficiency of both offenses, this game is expected to fall short of the projected total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. New Orleans Pelicans versus Oklahoma City Thunder. The New Orleans Pelicans are set to face off against the top-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder in a Monday night matchup. The Pelicans enter this contest following a tough loss to the Sacramento Kings, while the Thunder are riding high after securing a road victory against the Memphis Grizzlies. With these two teams trending in opposite directions, this game presents a significant challenge for New Orleans. The Pelicans continue to struggle with key absences, as both DeJounte Murray and Herbert Jones remain unavailable. Meanwhile, the Thunder will be without Ousmane Dieng and Cason Wallace. Coming into the season, New Orleans had lofty expectations, but injuries have severely hindered their progress. Nearly all of their core starters and essential rotational players have missed at least 10 games, and to make matters worse, the team recently traded Brandon Ingram to the Toronto Raptors. As a result, the Pelicans have been one of the league's least efficient teams, currently ranking 26th in offensive rating and 29th in defensive rating. Their road performances have been particularly concerning, as they have managed only 4 wins away from home, posting an abysmal 4-22 record. On the other hand, the Oklahoma City Thunder have firmly established themselves as not just one of the best teams in the Western Conference, but one of the elite squads in the entire NBA. Dominating on both ends of the floor, the Thunder currently rank 6th in offensive rating and hold the top spot in defensive rating. They have already defeated the Pelicans twice this season, covering the spread in both matchups with relative ease. At this point, backing the New Orleans Pelicans is a difficult proposition, as they have consistently failed to win games or cover spreads. With just 4 victories on the road this season, their overall record against the spread stands at a disappointing 21-30-1. In contrast, the Oklahoma City Thunder continue to cover at an impressive rate despite frequently receiving inflated lines. Oklahoma City Thunder currently boasts the best against the spread record in the league, covering an astounding 68.7% of their games. Furthermore, the Thunder have performed exceptionally well when listed as double-digit favorites, going 17-7 against the spread in their last 24 such instances. This game features two teams on opposite trajectories, with a struggling Pelicans squad taking on a red-hot Thunder team at the Paycom Center. The previous 2 meetings between these teams have resulted in comfortable double-digit wins for Oklahoma City, and there is little reason to expect a different outcome this time. Although the point spread for this contest was always going to be significant, the Pelicans' recent collapse against the Kings, where they blew a 20-point lead, further underscores their struggles. Given the way the Thunder have been steamrolling opponents, it is difficult to envision New Orleans pulling off an upset, or even keeping this one close. Oklahoma City boasts the best home record in the NBA at 23-3, making it highly likely that they will not only win this game but also cover the spread with relative ease against a Pelicans team that has struggled to compete at a high level. Given the Thunder's current form, there is little reason to bet against them until they prove otherwise. So the Oklahoma City Thunder to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The recent trade of Brandon Ingram sends a clear message that the Pelicans are shifting their focus away from immediate success and are instead looking to secure a better draft position for the future. While Zion Williamson, C.J. McCollum, and Trey Murphy III remain healthy and capable of putting up solid numbers, their presence is unlikely to change the overall trajectory of the season. Although they may occasionally manage to pull off an upset, consistency is not something that should be expected from this squad. New Orleans is currently enduring an 8-game losing streak, and despite a close 5-point loss to Sacramento, where they once held a 20-point lead, their overall performances have been underwhelming. Facing Oklahoma City will be an uphill battle, as the Pelicans have now lost 8 consecutive head-to-head meetings against the Thunder and have failed to win any of their last 6 road games. The Thunder entered this matchup as overwhelming favorites, and it is easy to see why. Sitting atop the Western Conference standings with an impressive 42-9 record, Oklahoma City continues to dominate opponents. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is playing at an MVP caliber level, while Chet Holmgren, who recently returned from injury, is making a significant impact. Riding a 5-game winning streak, the Thunder are coming off a commanding 125-112 road victory against the Grizzlies. Their 2 previous wins against the Pelicans this season were both by double-digit margins, including a dominant defensive performance in which they held New Orleans to just 88 points. A repeat of that effort seems highly plausible, though the Thunder must ensure they maintain their focus and not overlook their opponent, regardless of the large point spread. Holmgren's return is a crucial development for the Thunder, particularly as they prepare for a deep postseason run. However, he may require some additional time to fully regain his rhythm. Meanwhile, trends suggest that this game has the potential for a high-scoring outcome. The over has hit in 13 of the last 16 games involving Oklahoma City, while the Pelicans have seen the over cash in 4 of their last 5 matchups. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Golden State Warriors versus Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks are set to welcome the Golden State Warriors to Pfizer Forum for an exciting showdown. For Milwaukee, which holds a season record of 28 wins and 23 losses, this matchup will mark their second game in as many nights, meaning they are coming off a quick turnaround. Meanwhile, Golden State enters the contest with an even 26-26 record on the season. The Warriors will be playing their 4th consecutive road game, which could present its own challenges in terms of fatigue and travel wear. Interestingly, recent history has favored the home team in matchups between these two franchises, as the home squad has emerged victorious in each of the last 8 meetings. Golden State continues to deal with the absence of Jonathan Kuminga, and their superstar point guard, Stephen Curry, is currently listed as questionable for this game, which could have a significant impact on their offensive efficiency. On the other side, Milwaukee will once again be without their 2-time MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, which is undoubtedly a major loss for the team. While the Warriors have struggled to find consistency this season, they have shown positive signs recently, particularly as they have welcomed back a few key players from injury over the last couple of weeks. The Bucks, on the other hand, were going through a rough stretch before securing an important victory over the Philadelphia 76ers last night. Given these factors, Golden State enters this matchup as the road favorite, likely due to their recent momentum. However, Milwaukee proved they could compete at a high level even without Antetokounmpo, as evidenced by their win over the 76ers. With the possibility of Curry being sidelined, the Bucks should be capable of keeping this contest close, so the Milwaukee Bucks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both the Bucks and the Warriors play at a pace that is relatively close to the league average, meaning neither team is overwhelmingly fast nor particularly slow in their approach. That being said, this game has the potential to feature plenty of back and forth action. Golden State excels at creating turnovers, which often leads to fast break opportunities where they thrive in transition. Additionally, their unselfish style of play and strong ball movement allow them to capitalize on defensive lapses. Meanwhile, both of these squads rank among the league's top 5 teams in made 3-pointers per game, highlighting their proficiency from beyond the arc. Given these offensive tendencies, it is reasonable to expect that both teams will look to settle in from deep and maximize each possession by generating high-quality perimeter shots. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.